Today I'm breaking down how I recreated Sound of Salaar by Ravi Basrur. The track is in C minor and divided into 4 sections, each with its own tempo. It starts with the intro at 85 BPM featuring cello, piano, guitar and strings, and then the main theme comes in at 115 BPM led by choir and brass. Next is the Rhythmic interlude at 135 BPM, and finally the finale hits at 144 BPM with big lead synths and private percussion. So basically each section gets faster leading up to the big finale. Alright, let's jump right in. For the main melodic humming I used Yamaha's Omnivocal plugin in Cubase 15. I was really impressed with how flexible it is and how good it sounds. The other instruments are piano noir, and picked nylon from Native Instruments. Plus a standard Spitfire Symphony Orchestra setup, so violin 1, violin 2, violas, cellos and double bass. The main melody is a solo cello patch from Spitfire Symphony Orchestra as well. It sounds beautiful but needs careful programming to keep it expressive. I layered it with Symphony Essentials to slightly thicken the sound. The melody moves in waves, which I control with a CC1 for dynamics and CC21 for vibrato. Just a small tip, don't automate every instrument the same way. A little variation makes it sound much more natural, just like a real orchestra. Many of you asked which choir I used. Some suggested Anthem Core, which is really a solid choice. I went with a blend of 3 VSTs. It's Omnivocal male, choir Omnia for soprano, alto and tenor, and Epic choir from Spitfire Audio for soprano, tenor and bass. This mix gave me exactly the sound I wanted. All the vocals go through a group channel with a low cut at 140 Hz to clean up the lows. And then I use Wave Silk, which acts as a smart EQ and also works as a de-esser if you need it. This helps to place the choir quickly in the mix. Finally, IDX and the maximizer add compression and loudness, so the choir sits clearly without sounding flat or harsh. For the brass trumpets, trumpet A6 from Spitfire Symphony Orchestra and Sam Symphobia both legato brass. Double the choir melody. While horns play the chords, trombones and bass trombones cover the root notes with an octave below. In the synth section, a Sawtooth Massive X patch doubles the brass chords. To keep everything punchy, I cut all low frequency from the brass and synths, leaving room for the bass and percussion. The bass itself, it's Massive X Grind Dragon with a limiter, some distortion via trash, and tube saturation using supercharged GT. This evens out the dynamics and gives a flat, punchy presence. The chords go A flat major, B flat major, C minor, then A flat major 7, B flat major, C minor. After that, A flat major 7, F minor, C minor, E flat major, A flat major 7, and And then B flat major sus4 resolves to B flat major before landing back on C minor. For this section I added snaps, claps, stomps and shouts from Impact Soundworks. Just a touch of reverb helps them to blend in naturally. The original track also had a hybrid texture, I couldn't pinpoint exactly. So I used two sounds from Native Instrument Thrill plugin. It's Angry Swarm and Behind Bars to fill those gaps. The synth in this part was designed in Massive X. It runs through a bit of distortion and Cubase chopper plugin with a speed automated for movement, and later in the finale I automated the filter to match the original's character more closely. The chords played by the synth and brass here are C minor, E flat major 6 and D flat major 7. So all chords are with C as a top note. So rhythmically the main theme is driven by Damage as the core percussion layer, mainly Armageddon Ensemble and Church Toms. As the track progresses, more percussion layers are stacked on top, including damage cymbals to add attack and high frequency energy. On top of that I added a few cinematics, noir samples and subtle rises to support the transition between sections and help build momentum. The finale is driven by lead synths and percussion. 4 lead synths, big brass, anthema, bass core and chord friend in Massive X. All play the theme with the same pitch bend range, so an octave down and 2 semitones up. A second bass, Massive X Big Cheeks, plays the root notes in triplet eighths. Complementing the rhythmic percussion. Horns and trombones double the melody, but the synths are so thickly mixed that you barely notice them. The track closes with a simple sub-oscillator patch, a saw wave pitched 12 semitones down for the final bass drop. Alright, and that's it for the breakdown of Sound of Salaar. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I read every single one. See you in the next one. Bye bye.